Hi everybody, welcome back and welcome if you're new. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be talking about robots. So, and we're here with GFAM. Be sure to check out his channel. We did another video in his channel. We did a reaction to the do there, so make sure that you go to his channel and subscribe. It's a Joe Rogan video. It's called How Do We Stop Robots from Taking Over? It's a clip from one of his podcasts. So yeah, let's just get right into it.
Autonomous vehicle expert and artificial intelligence expert.
Creepy.
Interesting stuff. But one of the things that he was talking about was like the movie Her, and that his ultimate goal is to create something that provides companionship to people. I'm like, dude. So immediately I think, can you fuck it? And then I think if it's a guy and provides, if you want a gay boyfriend,
sure,
can you make it be gay for you?
Yeah.
And that was like the big question. Like, if it is so smart that it's like literally like a companion, what if it's not gay? And he was saying we have to face the fact that robots are going to leave us. Like, we're going to make robots that leave us. What the fuck's the point in making a robot unless it leaves you?
What the fuck?
And then there was an article about Peta that was mad at the folks that work at Boston Dynamics, because Boston Dynamics, they make all these crazy robots and they have incredible balance and they can go running down hills and shit and do backflips. So these engineers were kicking these robots to try to
they
demonstrate.
thought it was a real dog.
Well, no, they didn't think it was a real dog. They were demonstrating that it, it can react to pressure and it has balance.
Sure.
Have you seen that clip? It's kind of like the clip we watched while we were searching for like a video to do. We're watching this video where this guy was kind of like kicking the robot, but no. And the video, I believe the video that he was talking about is this video where they're like, "Yo, I'm talking about full force, boom, kicking the robot to see how much, force do they take?" And sure enough, they would like stumble sideways, but they wouldn't fall. And so yeah, I believe that's the clip that he's talking about.
Oh.
Yeah.
So PETA got mad and said they didn't think it was cool that you kicked robots.
No.
They were really talking about, I don't know why anybody would want to do that. Because you have to find out if you can kick them.
That's probably... Oh my god. PETA's for animals, not for robots.
Right.
It's so stupid. Like, they don't have feelings.
Yeah.
The only way to find out if your fucking engineering works is you kick
it.
It doesn't have feelings, you fuck.
But it does, Joe. That's where you're making mistakes.
Imagine the type of person
Not
you have
yet,
to be
though.
to say, I just don't think why any reasonable person would want to kick that robot. Because you got to find out if you can kick a fucking robot. How about this? How about I'll pad that robot up and kick the fucking shit out of it for a workout?
Yeah.
Like, I would like a robot that I could kick.
That'd be dope.
I would like a robot that I could kickbox
Hold pads
with.
and move, yeah.
No, I want to hit it.
Oh, you want to hit it?
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
I would like, fuck pads. I want to be able to tee off on a robot, man. If you have a robot.
Does it fight back, though?
Look, what if it moves at like 30 or 40%? That's all I want. I want it to be a little dangerous, but I want to be able to get my shots off.
But how do you know it's not going to fucking kill you?
I don't.
See?
And it probably could.
That's what's
right?
going to happen.
Because it's not going to hurt it.
No, it's going to
What
hurt
if
you.
You know when I would know? When I throw a leg kick and it checks it. And I hurt my shin. I'm like, oh no.
And you hear it go...
What happened to Conor McGregor? That's exactly what happened to Conor McGregor. He threw a kick and he poured it, checked it, which means checking is throwing like an elbow or that. So he threw it, he put his elbow to cover, and that's I think that's where he hit his chin, which made the split. It's unfortunate, really.
Goes shin to shin on me, and then it starts lifting up its front leg and pressing forward. I'm like, oh my god, my robot's gonna fuck me up. I fucked up. I got it mad.
It stomps on your fucking head.
You would have to get a robot that's made out of like heavy bag material on the outside. And then the inside would just be some sort of a wire framework that moves fairly crudely.
How do you stop it? This is the thing. You're creating a world where we're going to get killed by robots. How do you stop it?
That's the real question. The real question is what happens when they get so smart and so powerful that they're tired of our nonsense. And this is
gonna happen.
What Lex and I were discussing. And he was talking about all the beauty in being a person and the meaning that we have of being a person. And I was agreeing with him. I mean, I love people. I think that's one of the things that's interesting about us is how much we appreciate the things that we all do. We appreciate other people's art and inspiration, and even we appreciate the way people look. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
There's something about the robots don't give a fuck about all that. My worry is that we could turn something on that you could never turn back. If they become sentient, if they have the ability to do whatever they want whenever they want to, and they look at us, when these sperm whales with 150 flip-flops in their butt, they're going to go, what the fuck is wrong with people?
Yeah, we got to fix
What
you.
are they doing? Like, look how gross they are. They eat all the fish, and they throw their plastic in the water. And whales are eating their plastic and dying.
Yeah.
And they would look at all the stuff we do, and then we go, why?
It'd kill us.
Why?
Yeah, we don't
Why
need you
keep
guys.
you around?
You guys
But we
are
don't-
worthless.
But we're so egotistical and so egocentric that we can't imagine a world with meaning without us.
Right. Because
Even
we
though-
are everything.
But even though
True. What if they like restore the whole entire world, they clean everything, and just make this whole world a better place?
But they're robots.
They are robots, exactly. But I feel like we're creating machines that are learning, so we're adding feelings into those machines. And if they feel the why, then at that point that means they have feelings, right? They have feelings. They have like why are you doing this, right? So.
But not all people are bad, and a lot of people
No, not
want
all people.
to.
I just feel like big corporations are just killing the world little by little.
I'm sure that we have the technology to not have to.
Yeah, but it would take billions upon billions of dollars, which they don't want to spend. That's the problem.
I'm
And I
sure
think,
that they already have. Obviously, they have the money, but they also have. They have the money and the technology to fix the problems.
Right.
I don't understand why they don't.
They just don't want to spend the money, which I don't get it, because at the end of the day, it's to save the world.
I don't know.
we're finite, even though we only exist for a certain amount of time, we'll leave behind a legacy that other people are going to enjoy. It doesn't matter if they're going to die too, though, does it? But it does matter. It matters while you're alive. Okay, got it. The universe doesn't give a fuck about all that.
No.
And all these crazy robots that take over. Imagine if we got to a planet one day, traveled the universe, and we managed to avoid creating some sort of artificial intelligence because we got hit with a solar flare that killed the fucking power grid or something like that. And then we got wiser as a civilization. Then we got to a place where we could travel, and we traveled to another planet, and we got there, and there was robots, just robots,
No humans.
no humans, and they were just running around aimlessly. Because they'd killed off all the biological life, and they're just sitting there operating on the sun with nothing to do and no purpose and no reason to exist. And like, what happened?
Yeah.
These crazy monkeys that lived on this planet, they decided to, for an experiment, make an artificial intelligence and just let it go run amok. And what it did was eat everything. It lived off biological material till there was nothing left, and then it just sat there in the sun and waited for someone to arrive. No, that could never happen. Of course it could. Of course it could.
It's happening.
Of course
I'm
it
thinking
could.
too deeply about where I'm going to be when that happens.
It's happening right now, actually. I have my neighbor.
My neighbor.
He said it with confidence, like, "Yo, I've seen it around the corner, 3 blocks from the house."
Oh
Those
my
Boston Dynamic robots are going to have little pinchers on each arm, just grabbing everything in front of them and stuffing them in their big giant mouth.
What about the robots that turned themselves back on? Didn't that happen? Where was that, right? They had to shut a robot down in Korea because it turned itself back on after it was shut off. That's what's happening. That's what's going to happen. The robots are going to start going,
You see here's Joe. And,
He's making music in the background.
he just keeps-
I want to be on right now. I don't like being off.
Wasn't that something that they were doing with Google artificial? What is
People
this,
just
Jamie?
say,
People in new study struggle to turn off a robot when it begged them not to. Oh, it
Seems
begged them not to.
creepy.
I somehow felt sorry for him. Whoa!
Please don't turn me off, Joe.
Dude, I'm telling you, when that becomes a
Joe.
real woman, like Ex Machina,
Yep.
and you're in love with her, and she
Yep.
tells you to kill your boss,
Yep.
I want to be.
You ever seen Ex Machina?
Yeah, we saw it. Remember?
Oh, you saw it with the girl? Oh yeah, that's crazy.
With you, Andrew.
You don't need to go to work. Work is for fools.
Jamie won't let us leave. Jamie doesn't think I'm a real woman, but I know you do.
What if like we got to that we were on the way to that happening and we made a deal with them to leave us alone and we got to go to North Sentinel Island to exist uncontacted from them?
Jesus. What would you rather, be eaten by a robot or live like a savage?
Live like a savage. Oh my God, any day of the week. Let me live off.
This one.
That's
The
bad.
grid forever, like that.
As long as you're in a resource-rich place,
I don't think a robot
Which they
would
mu-
eat people though.
Huh?
It's a robot. Why would it need to eat anything?
It's not that it's trying to eat. It's just trying to kill.
Oh. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about how just robots in general. Like, what do you guys think about them? Are they good? Are they bad? And like, how the future looks with them, because they probably will take over like the jobs and stuff. So do you think that's like good or bad?
I think that it just depends, right? It depends what jobs. I feel like some jobs, it just needs the care and the touch of actual human being. I think that some jobs that, you know, that are extremely, almost like you don't really need a human being there to do it. I think we could put a robot, and with this, maybe we can. But the problem with this, it would be that there would be less jobs. This is the problem. Is that it would be less jobs with so many people. What are we going to do about money, right? That's the problem. The monetary system, the monetary part of it. If jobs are being taken over by robots, like let's say somebody, maybe McDonald's can put something like a robot, which they, by the way, already have. I've seen it. I've seen some clips. There is a robot that I believe every like 2 minutes or 2.5 minutes, it flips the burger. And then it puts it in the other side, and then it knows, right? It has like a timer. Yeah, and then it puts it in the patties that are ready, and it's just a robot. Another robot comes, puts the patty and the other spatula, and it's a spatula robot type of thing, and it's already out there. But the problem is, right? So you put in a robot that now this robot doesn't need to be paid. This robot doesn't need so what do you do at that point, right? What do you do? Do you make, because you're saving money here, maybe you can pay the other workers, right? Like maybe the ones taking the order, or even that can be a robot, right? A robot.
Well, what if there's no money anymore?
We're talking about chaos at this point.
How is that
we're
chaos?
talking about anarchy. We're talking about burning
How?
buildings down. Because
Okay.
the government.
People hate working. Most people, they hate their jobs. They hate their life. They hate it. They hate every single second that they're at work. I think everybody can relate to that. I hated every job I ever had except like one. So why not let this be a way that people can be more innovative and
That's the problem. I don't think people will be more innovative, to be honest with you.
Why not?
I think if anything, I think crime will go high. I think crime will go way higher.
If you didn't have to worry about a job.
People are gonna get bored and they're gonna start creating crimes even more. It could go 2 ways. It could go 2 ways. Let's think about this.
I don't think when people get bored, do they go commit crimes?
People do it, maybe.
Do you?
No, I don't, because
Exactly.
but you gotta understand that we live in a good neighborhood, right? We don't see right now. I've been part of a bad lower neighborhood and a good neighborhood.
Even criminals don't want to be criminals. Remember that? Like little documentary.
Sometimes criminals don't want to be criminals. What I'm trying to say,
they only do it for money.
Yeah, they only do it for money. But right, if you get rid of the money aspect, how would there's gonna be social classes, right? You're gonna have to divide. Not everybody's gonna be equal. There's no way that everybody.
It doesn't have to be like that.
It won't be equal. How are people going to be able to travel? How are people going to be able to, maybe invent stuff, right? They need to, right? Let's say now they've got more, thinking, right? They can go outside, they can do more, and they can have more time. They can think of stuff, and they can create more. But they need money to buy these things so they can create. So how are they going to be able to create things? How are they going to be able to be more, the word you use, innovative, that, this type of thing, this is a problem.
I think a lot of people have ideas for inventions and stuff.
Okay, but how are they going to buy the materials?
There's no money. So there would be
you just go to the store and grab it and take it and see ya.
I guess there would be some kind of, people, this is where
remember what I tell you? I talked about a points system.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about a point system, which
cool.
The points will be the new money. And I would believe this is part of a whole different conversation because it is too long.
What about, like, what you contribute, the more points you get? So that's why that'll be like an incentive.
So how are you going to start, right? So everybody's going to have to start somewhere. So how many points are you going to start, you're going to get to start with? 1 million? Everybody's going to get 1 million points?
Let's say
and maybe a millionaire is going to get 3.8 billion or something, because now he's more advanced, You can't put, maybe me and Elon Musk in the same point system, right? You just can't.
Well, he is already, making stuff.
Uh-huh.
But
The problem is figuring out how to get away from money, and it is almost nearly impossible without literally people starving and dying.
Or you can just trade like your services or whatever for.
What services? What are we talking about? What kind of services?
Well, like
not
you
everybody
said,
knows how to farm. Not everybody knows how to.
Not farm. I'm saying like okay, like what you said that some jobs need to be done by humans. What jobs
Sure.
were those?
Taking care of older people. You can't just have a, you know. I think it's
Like
got
a teacher.
Yeah, teacher. I mean, a robot can probably teach you more. You
No,
know,
I think
but I believe
if a good teachers are
a good teacher, right? I
care.
believe every brain is built different and they learn different. It's the problem that if you're creating robots so advanced already, then they're gonna know more than any human being, and they can teach you.
But the thing is that they care. Like I think the best teachers I've ever had, they actually cared.
Right. So you get the human touch, the human emotion. Somebody of like almost like, hey, I understand you, right? They they can relate. Yeah, a robot won't be able to relate with you. It's like, oh, I understand. Or maybe he talks normal. Maybe he talks normal. But the point is that they won't understand you. But like I said, some jobs. This is the thing. I think robots can do about a pretty high number of the jobs that we already do. But
I mean, we have like enough houses and stuff that we wouldn't have to pay like basic things like food and where you live. But let's say.
But who's picking up these foods? See, how can you have the robots?
Like farming?
Yeah, who's gonna farm?
The robots too.
The robot. Because if we're not paying, that means it's not a human being doing it. Because it wouldn't be fair that a human being is picking up all this food or whatever, or it's doing all these foods, and then others are enjoying it for free, and he's just working his butt off. You know what I mean? He needs some type of compensation back.
Who, the actual person?
Yeah, an
Well,
actual person.
yeah, they would get more points.
But see, we're talking about a point system. I was telling her about a point system where that could eliminate money, actual physical money, where a point system will be a lot easier to obtain, and that way it will give us as humans more freedom and be able to do a lot more in that, right? Like if you work 3 months, you can literally take the rest of the year off. You know what I mean? Because it will be a lot easier to obtain. So that way, let's say, hey, you work for 3 months, this person, it's gone, and now you can hire these other people, and now these people work for 3 months, and you just keep the hiring like that, and maybe they're not fired, right? You're like, all right, I'll see you next year, and in this month, you know what I mean? And if anything changes, just call, and that's it. But I think there will still be some type of need for workers, regardless. Point system, regardless, people still keep people working, but now you have enough points to like do whatever you want for the rest of the years because you earn so many. The point is making people suffer less, because with a point system, you'll be able to earn way more points because it's not a physical, currency. Whereas a point currency, it's a digital currency. It's fake, right? So it's created, but you still keep people working, and then people can travel, and people can do a lot more in this world and wouldn't suffer, right? Maybe you can buy, a sandwich and a drink for like 1.5 points, but you're earning like 75 points per hour, right? Because you can pay somebody with fake money, with fake currency. That it wouldn't be a paycheck that is going to come out. Even though we can print money physically printed, it still holds a sort of a value, and then there's inflation and all of this that will take place with the point system. But this is something that it will take, literally it will be a worldwide thing, because that's this is the point. The biggest problem with the point system is that the whole world has to agree to this. And I don't ever see this. Definitely not in my lifetime. So I just don't see it working ever, because no billionaire or big corporations wouldn't want to agree to this ever, for sure. And sadly, because it will lead to a better lifestyle to a lot of human beings.
Wasn't that kind of like what crypto is?
Crypto. It is a
It's like an online.
Yeah, it's like an online thing that kind of goes up in in value or whatever, and it goes up and down in value, But I don't want to comment on it because I have no idea, no idea how it works. So yeah.
If a robot's doing your job, why do you have to be there? Obviously, you don't.
Exactly, you don't.
So you'll just be at home. And let's say...
And how are you going to pay for your food?
You're going to get points. Okay, let's say... Okay,
what? No. You see, you're throwing my point system in it. No. We're talking about robots right now. Take the point.
I got an idea. Okay, so if you're not working, if you're not doing anything, you're not contributing anything to anybody, you're going to get minimum points, which is going to be
You see, you're throwing points. Yeah.
Why can't I use your points?
Because we're talking about robots taking over the world. How are we as society going to be able to...
That's what I'm talking about.
We can. You can't add the point because the point system will only work if the whole entire world agrees to it.
Let's just say in our imaginary world that everybody does do the points because everybody has robots.
Okay.
So if you don't have a job, you're not contributing anything, you're not giving any ideas, you're not inventing anything, then you're gonna get like a minimum amount of points, and then so that'll be enough to live in a comfortable place, have food and everything, but not anything more. But if let's say you contribute more, then you'll get a little bit more, and you can get nicer things or whatever.
Again, this comes down to the point system, guys, and it just the whole robot taking over jobs. It would not work. I firmly believe it will not work until we get rid of money entirely.
That's why.
Without money, if money's still a thing, we cannot bring robots. We have to get rid of money and then put the robots to work and whatever in order to this world to sustain itself.
There's literally like 2 people working, 3 people working in the grocery store.
We're talking about Walmart here or the Dollar Tree, because that's the only Dollar Tree you have. You have
no,
literally
I'm
one
talking
person
about
doing everything.
Smiths, like
Oh,
everything's you do it yourself.
Yeah,
now.
you do it yourself. Okay.
So yeah, I mean that's practically where we're heading to. Anyway, what do you guys think about this? Do you think everybody will go crazy, like you said, or do you think things will get better because we have more time, we have more everything? I mean, especially if I steal his points, and everybody gets the same points unless you contribute more, then that'll be like something so people can want to make like a difference, or
Again, I think that the robot thing will only work if the point system comes into place. Otherwise, if there's still currency running around, if there's still currency, it will not work. It would only destroy lives. That's simple. That's my thought.
Yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know. And we're gonna be doing these more often, so that's why I changed my channel name, just to do a little bit different things, like other than reactions. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to check out GFAM's channel and subscribe to him because we do videos on his channel as well. And yeah, thank you so much everybody for watching. I hope to see you guys next time.